Well, hello everyone. I'm still working on the Camaro, trying to get that damaged area section fixed. I mean, I've been off and on it. What I did was, because I haven't painted in 40 years, I went ahead and practiced on my beater Jeep. The front end was completely, peeling off and all the rest of it. So this is what I did last weekend. Tell me what you think. I painted it. I just got some cheap silver paint, took it all apart and stripped it, primed it, and I painted it. And it looks like there's a couple of lines that I got in there. Apparently I don't know. It's metal flake, and I think I screwed up on the metal flake there. I have a little run here. I'm going to show you my flaws. I might as well. And here's a horrible run, and it's my fault because what I did was I had a run and I took the gun and I just lightly put air on it and it just kind of rippled it and made it worse. But from what I understand, that can be, I think I could probably, I pounded it on so that I could, wet sand it, you know what I mean? And if I wanted to, I think, which I don't know that I do, I could use some glazing putty and then wet sand that down, because there's a lot of clear on this. But the rest of it turned out pretty good, actually. I don't really see any scratches in the paint, and it's got a nice shiny finish. It's been raining and humid here, but yeah, I'm kind of pleased with it. It gave me good what do you call it, practice for now doing the Camaro. I have been working on that, and I think I got it just about, I don't want to use the word perfect, but I think I got it real good. There's that damaged section that you saw on that previous movie, and then I went ahead and what I found, remember those two cracks I was telling you about that were over here? Well, guess what? It was the metal the metal was real thinned out from rust inside, so I went ahead and cut some metal out and welded it in there and repaired it. Put a little fiberglass over top of it, you can't tell. And I just pretty much sanded this. I didn't touch anything. I figured if you're gonna go ahead and fix a damaged section, go to the next scene, paint it to the next scene. This is all in the bumper, so you're not going to really see it. But there she is, folks, and I'm going to be painting this later on today. I hope. It's really hot. I'm not sure if I even should paint it, but I'm going to give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I have to sand it down again, and I'll bring it back when I get some paint on it. All right, talk to you later. Well, guys, I've got a coat of paint on it. This is the original paint. It's 15 years old. It seems to be holding up. Seems to be okay. We'll have to see. Now I did have one issue. I guess I have to claim my fuck-ups. A run. I don't know if you can see the run real well. Let me see if I can get it to. There it is. There's that run. So what I'm going to do, this is just the paint. This is just the base coat. So I'm going to let it set up today, and then I'll wet sand that, and then hit another quick coat over top of this base coat tomorrow. I guess just a quickie, but it worked out. As you can see, I got I hate that. I got that curled up, and I put the soft edge, so I'm hoping the paint didn't, you know what I mean? A rough edge means you just run the tape down, then you've got a straight line. There's a step. When you peel it back, it kind of leaves a V up in between the body and the tape. So hopefully the paint goes in and it feathers into it. So We'll have to see. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm going to have to pull it back a little bit further to clear it, I guess. That side I won't. That side I won't, because I followed the seam, and actually yesterday I followed the seam with the primer, and then yesterday I pulled the tape back just a smidgen, so we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. I figure if I can get that drip and I can clear it tomorrow, I'll be happy. The Camaro will be back to where it was. And you know what? That repair turned out really good. I mean, with all the contours, the curvature and that feature and all that, I got it pretty good. The deal is you take your time, you pull out as much metal as you can. If you can't get to it, you pull it out some way or another, and make sure this metal's good. And then you just, if you have to put a little putty, you just put a little fiberglass. A little, few millimeters of fiberglass covers a world of sins, man. But anyway, I think it turned out all right. I'm not going to complain about my job here. I feel very pleased. I don't know, maybe I can wet sand that out and without having to put any more paint on it. We'll have to see. I'll check it out tomorrow. Either way, I wet sand it. I'll pick some 1000 grit today, and I might hit that with 400 wet sand first, and then come back with 1000 and see how it turns out. If worst case scenario, I've got to touch it up. And I think you got a 24-hour window for the chemical bond, so I'm not going to worry about it. Well, guys, I'll turn you on when I have more. But I'm learning, and that's what this is about. Hell, I'm a 58-year-old man that's still willing to learn, Anyway, talk to you later. Bye. Well, folks, it's done. I gotta tell you something. I learned a lot on this one. You grade me now. I had this run in this corner, but I think I got it. What I did was, let me see if I can get this thing. What I did was sanded it down just as it dried, and then gave it another coat of the pearl white. Now you still have a little bit, that's the clear difference there. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I did step back, but you've got the line, and I actually used a little thinner on the edge to try to break it down afterwards after I clean the gun, but I don't know. I'm still an amateur compared to you guys, and let's see what you got. Let's see if I can pop this up. I think it turned out okay. I think it turned out real good. This is the area that was damaged, if you remember. Let's see if I can get it back. The detail's all there. Ah, shit. I did the best I could, But I don't think it turned out bad. I don't think it'd be much better if I had a professional do it. Anyway, this is the best I can do, and I'm happy with it. Okay. Now, the important parts. the important things. I don't know if you can see me or what. I'm probably a little on the tattered side. I mean, I've been working on this thing all day long, and it's a lot of work, especially for an electrician. I've got to say thank you to a lot of people. Matt, especially to you. I mean, you gave me good advice, and I appreciated it when I needed it. I used catalyzed primer on it. I, did everything that you said to do. I taped it off, painted the white, then I pulled the tape a little bit further, to do the clear. Took my time, I was amazed that the 15-year-old paint that I'd saved up was still good, but it was still good. It was Sikkens, I believe. It was Sikkens paint when we painted it. I remember it was very expensive, I know that. But all in all, I think it turned out. There's just so many people to thank. I mean, people like, Rick the Fix, his determination on his Nova actually helps me. I didn't know how to paint, but I think back to what Rick had to do, and I'm just, I'm in awe of the man, He didn't know how to do what he had to do, but he learned because he had to learn. And anyway, I fixed it, and I'm appreciative of all the help and all the support that I got in the process. And let's take one more look at it. Yeah, that's it. I think she looks great. I think she looks great. Compared to what she, that hit, it's all gone. And the color matches, well, it's the same color, so it's got to be perfect. Same paint. 15 years later. Isn't that amazing? God. With the exception of that little line there, and I'm thinking I can buff that out, but I'm not sure. They're different clears. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'm sure it does. Seems to me that everything in paint makes a difference. But there she is. There's the finished product. And my son will be very pleased, because every time he's come over here, he's felt bad. And I felt bad for him. And if you notice, there's a little dimple. You can hardly even see it right there. And I put that dimple in it right there, so you can hardly even see it. You can't tell. I mean, the body line's pretty good. Now, it was a sophisticated little area with all the angles and trims, the bends. But it turned out nice. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you all for your support, and this is what she ended up with. Oh, you may want to know what I did. You're going to forgive my garage. My garage is a total and complete mess. But these are the two guns I used. A DeVilbiss Plus. This is a DeVilbiss Plus. And I used a GFG. According to DeVilbiss, it was a 17, but then with the tip on it, it came this way. It's a GFG 519. I use that for the primer though, and quite honestly, it's an okay gun for primer or for semi-gloss enamel. I mean acrylic enamel, but I wouldn't use it for two-stage paints. The DeVilbiss Plus is a beauty. I gotta tell you, the paint just flowed. It was incredible. If there's any issues with the paint, it's operator issues. That gun, I'm telling you, the DeVilbiss Plus is a really nice gun. I recommend anybody. You can see the plus right there. Anybody who needs to get a gun, this is affordable. On eBay, I think I paid $95 for it. New, I think it's $300. You can't beat it. It's a hell of a gun. Anyway, thank you, and there's my LS1 for the Chevelle. Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, by the way, Matt, I got my own little clear experiment here now to let it shrink and see how long it takes to shrink, and come out of that cup. That'll be fun. Take care, guys.